The Star Wars Best Father tournament stream happened a few weeks ago. A lot of you didn't see it, so I repackaged it. It's an hour-long stream, and if you want to watch the whole thing unedited, go read the details of this video and you can catch it there. If you just want to get the highlights, I condensed it into half of the amount of time. All the jokes are in there, and all the fun times are too. I advise you to watch this to the complete ending to find out who is the best Star Wars father. Here at the Chillmonger YouTube channel, we celebrate things like fatherhood. Star Wars Santa, you like fatherhood, right? You're a father. Who you got?
This one's tough because the father, he wanted to make sure his son and his daughter had the right kind of influence.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I have to lean towards Galen being the father of Jen Erso. Like, he sacrificed for her, and he ultimately put himself on the line for her.
That's 2 votes for Galen. Anzo, who you got, Galen or the father from the Mortis arc?
I ain't never picking anybody from that Rogue One movie, so it's the father.
Ooh, I didn't think I was gonna. Okay. Danny, let's go.
I'm going with the father also.
Uh-oh. Mark with the C.
I'm gonna go with Galen because I don't know the other guy. So you know what I mean? I have to be honest about it, you know?
See, that's not
He
the
was a
way I
dad,
thought
his
he would have
sister.
gotten here, but he got here. Jabba the Hutt or Chewbacca.
I guess I'll go with Chewie.
We got to meet his kid on name day. I'm
I
gonna
don't know
lean.
how much of a father he was, but sure.
See, Jabba the Hutt. I think we saw his fatherhood skills in the Clone Wars movie, and his willingness to work with Jedi and whatnot. Jabba gets my vote.
It's not which one do you like better, which was the better father.
Exactly.
And Jabba was a father. Chewie is a baby daddy. So I'm going with Jabba.
I'm probably gonna have to go with you guys and go with Jabba on this one. You know what I mean? Jabba did something and hired Jedi's to save his kid.
Whatever he did, you know, to get his son back and everything, did Jabba take his kid out to play? Did he? I mean, like,
Did
did he have
Chewbacca?
thoughts with him? Huh?
We watched this guy. We even saw him in the sequel trilogy. Still no mention of his kids. He's been too busy being on Solo second.
But did Jabba like hit a trap door and have slave girls be killed and all that stuff? Did Chewbacca do that, or did like
None of
I
those
would
slave
have to
girls were
think-
his daughters.
I would have to think that Jabba would be raising his son to partake the same way that he did. You know what I mean? Not necessarily a savory person.
See, eventually,
That's a
when
good
that
father.
kid gets older, you're right. But that kid was really young. He was like in a baby during the Attack of the Clones era, right? And he would die like what 19 years later. So I'm sure by the time the kid was old enough for the criminal activity, Jabba had already died. So he just got a childhood.
Okay.
I'm going with Jabba as well. And reason why, because most times we see in like these gangster movies and stuff, the children don't know nothing what their dad doing until they try to keep them away from that. So I think Jabba kind of kept his son away from that lifestyle. In the way that he hired a Jedi who was like his sworn enemy to go save him, because he. So that's the only reason I lean toward. I probably would lean towards Chewbacca, but I never knew he had a child until 5 minutes ago.
You got to go back to the holiday special,
I
right?
can't talk on that intelligently.
2 senators.
No question. Bail Organa.
Bail Organa. Mark?
I agree with Danny.
I'm going to go with Bail Organa. That's 3 votes. What do you say, Star Wars Santa?
It's Bail. And first of all, Kaz is dad, right? Hamato here, right? Complete jerk, complete tool.
Anzo, let's make it 5 for 5. Who's the better dad?
It's Bail.
That's what I'm
Why
talking
you saying
about.
Bail wasn't the best dad? What's your argument on that?
He was largely an absent father during Leia's childhood, through her adolescence, and what he had her serving in a war in her teens, early teens, like in A New Hope. How old is Leia there?
19.
Yeah, so it's she's
He
already
raised her as an ambassador. He had her on the front line, anything like that.
well. She's involved. Yeah, she's involved with the rebellion. He's like, yeah, so I guess he's not the best dad in that he wasn't always there. Plus, yeah, I just
Okay.
Paz Vizsla from The Mandalorian, the guy who had a kid who was kidnapped by those bird creatures, or the Emperor?
it's got to be Paz. The Emperor's only purpose to have a child was to ultimately kill the child and take her body
Right.
or his body, whatever. Right? He wanted his son to have enough power that he could essentially kill his son and live in his son's body. So that ain't good.
Isn't that what every father wants, though?
What?
When you really
Transfer
think
the-
about it,
Transfer their assets into
he's a
their
chip
sons
off
and
the old
stuff.
block.
Okay, Mark, you're voting next.
I'll take Paz.
What good father has his son get taken away by a bird or whatever that was? No, I'm not voting for him. I say I'm going to go with Palpatine. Palpatine's my dude. Palpatine, not only that, but he adopted Anakin. When Anakin was burning up like toast on the side of the lava, whatever it was, and Obi-Wan left him that way. It was Palpatine that went back and saved his life. That's a father's love, man.
I'm gonna be the second vote for Paz Vizsla, who sacrificed himself for his whole entire clan. Anzo, who you got?
I'm gonna go with Mark on this one. You know what I mean? Like, why else would you have a kid unless it's to take his essence and so you can survive? Yeah, Palpatine.
Wow.
Thank you.
There's some super trolling going on here now, boy.
Save us.
As soon as I saw my little boy when he was born, I said, "I'm gonna live."
Yeah,
All right.
you know, if I ever need some organs or something, I know where to go.
Boom, boom.
Comic chat. Do you have Paz Vizsla or do you
Yes.
have Sidious?
Paz Vizsla.
And he makes it through. Grogu was the son of Din, so he counts. We got Uncle Owen, who I never even considered a father, so you already know I'm voting for. The Mandalorian. One vote for me. Star Wars Santa. How you feel about this?
I'm going with Uncle Owen.
Damn. I think I'm going to lose this. I feel like I'm going to lose it. Big Afford Entertainment. Who do you have?
Uncle Owen, all day, every day.
Mark with the C. Who's the better father?
Thank you,
Owen
Mike.
I'm
or
going with
Mando?
Din Djarin.
You said Din Djarin?
I am. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, there's something about his his relationship with Grogu, the way Grogu would reach up and touch him, like you have in that picture there. It just reminds me of me and my little one.
Comic chat. Who do you got?
You ain't even close. It's the Mandalorian.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
It's the battle of the absent fathers here, boy.
So, Danny, who do you got?
God, this is a shit sandwich. I'm gonna give it to Han
Okay. I really don't know where to go with
because
this
he
one.
tried to reach out to his son, and I think he loved his son. It was just too much pressure, man. You go to the dark side, that's a lot of pressure.
He dies, Order 66, just kind of, and then he dies being a father. So, Han Solo gets it for me.
If I pick Han Solo, that means I'm justifying the crap that they did in that garbage movie. So just by default, I'm going with the other one.
Ooh. Okay, Mark with a C. Who you got? Kiadi Mundi, Jedi Master, but barely sees his kids? Or this guy who raised a Sith Lord?
Well, I mean, Anzo's onto something there. I would say Han, because I'm going with the Han that's in the EU.
I would guess that Kiadi Mundi would have a very difficult time naming any of his children. I doubt he even knew any of his children. It's easily Han Solo, and I don't care if you go with the EU version or the sequel version. He's still a better father.
Anakin Skywalker, I'll call him that because his helmet's off. Or a bounty hunter named Jango Fett.
I'm going to go Jango Fett. Anakin tried to kill mom when she was still pregnant. That's not a good look. Just saying.
See, yeah, there's two kids who felt the wrath of this guy's fatherhood. Jango Fett, I'm going to give it to you also.
Vader all day. He did the ultimate sacrifice for his kid, right? He went against the Emperor, and regardless of anything, he didn't know he had kids until Star Wars, right? And then when he did find out, he never really tried to kill Luke. It was always trying to get Luke to join him so that they could overthrow the dark side.
Everything that you said made sense, Anzo, except for the fact that once he became a Force ghost, apparently he didn't even visit Luke or talk to him because Luke, he was just easy pickings, just hiding out on an island somewhere. You think that Anakin would have come to him and said, "Hey, look, this is what's going on over here. By the way, what you tried to do to my grandson, that was terrible." You know what I mean? But he didn't say anything to him. Yoda saw Luke before Anakin did. That's not a father. So we're going with Jango.
You can separate how you felt about some movies to the characters.
Nah, but Jango.
Jango it is.
Well, Anakin almost killed his kids too when they were both in utero. He nearly killed both of them, Luke and Leia.
Well, I'm going
What's
with that.
He force choked Padme.
Yeah.
You can't be
Yeah, but
choking out
that's-
your baby's mama, bro.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with how you treat your kids, though. You know, you've been with a few women that you wanted to choke out your grandson.
Not when they were carrying my child.
Don't pretend like we haven't done that.
He was willing to give his son to the emperor. This man is it's a no debate.
No, he was pretending that's what he was doing. He tells Luke his plan was to get him to join his side so that we can overtake the emperor. That's what his plan was. Wasn't never to give him to the emperor. It was to take over and kill the emperor.
I played The Force Unleashed, and when things got hairy, he turned on Galen.
This one's tough only because Kanan would clearly have been the better father had he lived and been able to raise his son Jason. Cham, his daughter runs away, and only because I think he would have been a better father. I'm going with Kanan.
If we look at this picture, what he's actually doing is sacrificing himself against a giant fireball to protect his kid, who's currently inside Hera's belly. It's not a question. He is the father that Cham Syndulla wishes he was. 2 votes for Kanan Jarrus.
When all else fails, I'm going against Freddie Prinze Jr. I know Abunas would be proud of me, so we're gonna go with the one up top.
So political. Danny, who do we have? Cham? You got Kanan? Good. I think that makes it 3, right? Anzo, disagree with us. It should be Kanan, shouldn't it?
No, I'm taking Mark's side. I'm going with Freddie Prinze Jr.
Okay.
Advancing is the man who calls his daughter Stardust, Galen Erso. We got Jabba the Hutt. We got Bail Organa. We've got Paz Vizsla, Din Djarin the Mandalorian, the smuggler Han Solo. We have Jango Fett and Kanan Jarrus.
Jabba. I told you, I'm not picking anything from Rogue One. That guy is no. Jabba.
This is crazy. Galen Erso, do you have Jabba the Hutt?
Galen.
Jabba the Hutt's a slime ball, so I'm going with Galen. I don't know why Jabba's
Advancing
even still there, but you know.
with 4 votes is Galen Erso. Good selection, everybody. Good selection. We got the next round.
Organa.
Ooh, 1 vote for Organa.
I just can't do it. I got to go with Bail.
We seem to agree a lot on this because I will also go Bail Organa. Look at the resources. Like that was a beautiful planet before it got Death Starred, right? So I think that Bail Organa provided more, and the conditions, even if Paz Vizsla was not made from money and didn't have no high job at Coruscant, Paz Vizsla still was making them live from like village to village, hut to hut, and that's just not the way to live.
Oh, it's Bail. The relationship, him and the young version of Leia in Kenobi, you can tell they love each other, they like each other. The chemistry with him, his wife, and her, I thought was cute, and then how they developed the chemistry between her and Kenobi. So I definitely think Bail is the better father than Paz.
Now, since you brought up Kenobi, knowing Mark was not such a fan, I think that's going to be a vote against Bail Organa, will it?
Well, no, because he existed outside of that. But you know, I'll also say this about Paz Vizsla, I think his name is, right?
Yeah.
When the kid was saved, I don't know any, like, he thought that he was going to die, his son. He thought his son was going to die. I don't know any true father who at that moment wouldn't have taken off the helmet and been like, my boy, you know what I mean? How are you going to leave your helmet on? No, get out of here. It's
That's
like,
a
I'm
good
going with
point.
This is the way.
no, I'm glad you're alive, but this is the way. No.
I have to give it up to the Mandalorian over Han.
Knowing what it meant for him to take off his helmet for him that way. I remember watching that like, so yeah, he gets it.
Din Djarin for sure.
Hey, this is a pretty easy one. Danny, you want to go next?
Oh yeah. Go ahead and put Din Djarin. Not even close.
Han Solo.
Well, you're the solo one voting for Han.
That's fine.
Thank you. I'll be here all week. Who wants to go first on this one?
I'll do it because it's easy for me. It's Jango.
Okay, 1 vote for Jango Fett.
Yeah, I'm still going against Freddie Prinze, so there you go.
Danny, you said you want to go?
Yeah, Kanan.
What's lacking about Jango Fett?
He's a murderer. It's true. I mean, that alone. The most deadliest bounty hunter in the galaxy. So, he's going to teach his son those same things. Kanan was the opposite.
The only thing that's making me have a struggle right now is like Kanan gave the ultimate sacrifice. Like that's just
he taught him things to better made him skillful in killing people. Jango Fett was the best bounty hunter in the galaxy, and then he gave that same talent to his son. But eventually, he killed people. Kanan tried to teach how to save people. So if you're going by what you said your criteria for this tournament is, best father, it's no brainer, Kanan.
Well, protecting is part of it, so I'm gonna vote for Kanan also over Jango Fett.
Why would you take your son into that battle of Geonosis and not get him the heck out of there when all hell breaks loose? You take him right down into the field of battle. Nope. Dad takes kid, and you get the heck out of there to save the kid. It's Kanan.
I'm gonna go with Jango Fett.
With 4 fathers left, how we feel about this? Is there anyone who's like definitely like should have made it this far? Like, who do we feel the worst about eliminating right now?
I'm just going to stand by Owen all the way through.
Maybe Han.
Okay.
Vader for me.
Vader, it's unfortunate, even though I don't think I voted for him, but I would say because he's Darth Vader. I mean, I think it's supposed to translate into Dark Father.
Galen or Bale?
I'm going with Bale. You know, I just get the feeling that he and Leia just had a great relationship. You know, he just seemed very nurturing from what we saw of him. I guess I could say the same thing about Galen. It does seem like his daughter loved him a lot. It's good that they should face off here because I think it's a worthy competition there, you know, but I'm still going to go with Bale on this one.
What do you think about this, Anzo?
I'm going with Bale.
I'm not. I am gonna say Jyn Erso was a hard body. She was like put together and whatnot. You know, she had the bunker ready because that's where Galen Erso put her. I think Jason Ward was the one who recommended him, and I said this is the #1 seed. He might just be my favorite for the tournament, Santa. I got Galen Erso. Are you with me?
I'm with you, Chillmonger. Yeah. He had a backup plan for his daughter. First of all, he moved his family as far from the Empire as he could. He was hiding from them. And then when he went and finished the Death Star, he put a provision in so that his daughter could eventually find it. And of course, she died, but getting the plans to the rebellion.
Getting his plans to his daughter.
Right. So, I'm going, that's a good point too. Right, Jyn sacrificed herself so that Leia could get the plans. So Galen.
See, your daughter was nothing without my daughter. See. Who hasn't voted yet? Who's the tiebreaker? What's that, Mark?
Did Saw Gerrera raise her for a significant part of her life? Did he do that, or was she just like adopted by a group, or like what happened?
He supervised.
Okay, so he wouldn't be in the running at all for this then.
No, he actually did raise her. Yeah, he did.
So he kind of should have been in this somehow because he did raise her in her formative years.
You can't have two fathers, man. What if you had a child? This whole she had an upbringing. She had a whole relationship with her dad. So you can't just say, "Okay, well, here's a new one." All of a sudden,
she was little more than a toddler.
Yeah, you're right. She was young. Yeah, because
she was a young woman by the time she got into Rogue One. He raised her at a good chunk of her life.
100%.
Put some respect on that man's name.
Okay, Forrest Whitaker. Saw Gerrera did a fine job. You know, I can put respect on his name, and I can commend that. The picking up.
God.
I'm with Mark. It should be Saw Gerrera there instead of him.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
100%. I agree.
So both of you are saying if Saw Gerrera versus Galen Erso was a topic, it would be pro Saw Gerrera and he would advance.
Yes.
No way.
Yes.
No. Good. I've read Rebels Rising, and Saw Gerrera was a terrible father.
Danny, comic chat.
Danny, we partners, bro.
The road to wisdom. Please be wise.
Yeah, I'm wise in this Bail Organa all day long.
It hurts when it doesn't go your way.
You know what makes it even more is that Leia was not his biological daughter. You know what I mean? And he took care of someone else's daughter and treated them like his own. That should put him a little bit higher.
Made her a princess. You get him higher than that.
Facts.
Good point. Bail Organa's gonna advance. Mandalorian, Kanan. So okay, Mark, who are you voting for?
Din Djarin.
Yeah. Well, and why is Kanan not getting your vote?
Free Prince.
That's right. No way in hell I'm giving him my vote for anything.
I'm going with Din Djarin as well.
I will also
Kanan
give it up.
didn't need his kid.
I think that the Mandalorian was a better father. He's the reason we watched this entire show. Danny?
And make it 4.
Ooh, is it unanimous? Brian, Star Wars Anna?
5 for 5. Din Djarin.
Woo!
Boom.
Copy, paste,
It's only right.
right over. The finals of this best dad tournament. We started with 16 fathers here. Some of them adopted, some of them biological, but that never mattered. When it came down to it, we got an adopted one and an adopted one. And which of these see guys, that's the thing. If there's anything we can learn from this, everybody, is that the Chillmonger channel doesn't necessarily think that everything's hereditary. That's what the Force and all that. It's not all about your father was really powerful, so that makes you someone. It's not like that.
It's not about
Star Wars.
midichlorians. It's about
Can I just acknowledge Fatal J in the chat here? He says, "Cut my hand off and bring balance to the Force." Great dad. So he's voting based on, like, he's not going to hold it against him that he cut his hand off. Listen, you cut my hand off when I was a teenager. That was the end of my teen years right there. Okay, it depends on what hand, but I'm just saying, it's like you cut down on a lot of. It's like it's not right, bro. It's not right. That's not a good father.
The finals, it's time. We made it here. We've got 2 contenders. One of them is Din Djarin. One of them is Bail Organa. I haven't decided yet. Anzo, have you decided yet who you got?
Bail. He's a better father, like you said. He provided for Leia. You know what I mean. He tried to give her the best life possible. So I'm going with Bail.
Bail Organa becoming a father. I can just fill in the blanks with how each birthday went, and I can see him like walking her to the park and giving the time and stuff like that. With Din, yeah, he's doing that now from the way that season 3 ended, where he's kind of like a ranger of the New Republic type thing, but on his off time, he's definitely fathering Grogu. It's just Bail has more time, and his product Leia was an amazing. She's not even dead yet, so no, she died in 9, didn't she? So, anyways, is either or. He produced a phenomenal offspring or child.
First of all, I'm extremely impressed that the finals come down to 2 adoptive dads.
Mm-hmm.
How cool is that? My
That's
dad
amazing.
was adopted as well. I'm the oldest son of my dad, but my dad was adopted, and it means something when the adopted dad cares and raises their child in a way that it's generationally that carries on. My grandfather, as I knew him, carried down through my dad to me, to my children. It's pretty impressive when you think of it that way. So I just love that both of these are adoptive dads. Chillmonger, you won me over because I was leaning towards Din, but if I take it as it is now,
Yes.
Din's only been Grogu's dad for a couple of years max. Bail raised Leia and continued until his death. So I'll take Bail.
I agree with Star Wars Santa. It's great that it came down to this. The only reason why I would go with Din is I don't know if there's any ElfQuest fans here, who used to read ElfQuest. They had this concept called recognition, where it was almost like falling in love or recognizing your soulmate when you see them. It was done so powerfully in the comic. It could be anybody. You could fall in love with somebody, but then you could still recognize somebody else. So I think what was so powerful about Din and Grogu's connection is that we actually saw him fall in love with Grogu. He was a bounty hunter. He was doing what he did. And something about this kid just took his heart, just took his soul. And you get the feeling that he would go through an army for him. You know what I mean? Bail would hire an army, so I'm kind of giving it to Din on that. So, I mean, it's over, but I'm just saying.
No, but that's why it's so close, right? We probably should have held off on our votes and just did our arguments, right?
Yeah.
I hate that we already gave it to Bail because that may have swayed my vote.
I'm gonna have to go with Mandalorian on this simply for the fact that, like Mark said, when he touched his face and when he did all the stuff like he made sure he got that special medal and made sure that he would fashion that particular little chainmail outfit
He did.
to help protect him. And even though he shouldn't have gone to see him, he still went to see him because he had to see him. And then the fact that Grogu threw away a lifetime as being a Jedi to go back to be with him, and it just seemed a little stronger connection. That which I do really like, the chemistry between Organa, Leia, and her dad on the Kenobi show. It's really tight. This is like 1A, 1B, but I'm gonna have to give a nod to Din Djarin.
You guys are making me want to change my vote. I don't know if I can.
No, change it. No, change your vote. No, change your vote. You pick.
Bail Organa protected her with, here, take this droid, Lola, and take this other droid, C-3PO. It was always droids. But when it came to what the protection Grogu got, it was a thoughtful, it was a very valuable Beskar medal, which he would like win as trinkets of like a victory. And he would say, you know what would be good? You know who would really benefit from this? Grogu would. Let me hook him up. I changed my vote. Look, let's
come on, chill. Don't do that. Don't say this. Danny don't send no useless information, but that pick you did just now was useless. We don't Bail Organa. Do not change your vote, chill. Keep it there.
What if I put up a poll for the chat for everyone watching now?
That'll
And
work.
they should definitely get a vote because this is a great.
Is it what's the score now? Is it tied?
No, it's 3-2. But
It's
chill,
3-2, but I'm changing it to make it 3-2 in favor of Din.
He literally got kicked out of his religion for love for his sons. That's pretty tight.
I think I'm changing my vote too, Chill. Like,
Wow. You know, you gotta have some kind of rules, man. You gotta lock it in.
No, look, what's locked in right now?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, the thing is, we're only gonna advance the winner of this poll. These lists, and none of you guys can go on your phones and start voting. Okay, that's not fair.
Man, come on.
Come on, man.
Both hands.
You gotta have
Both
a burner
hands.
account.
Too late. I already did.
I'm going to do it right now.
All right, well then I guess I gotta do it. I don't even know who I want to vote for though. Look,
Yep.
the poll is.
We need
up.
to go with the original ones. Mark said Din Djarin. I said Din Djarin. Who else said Din Djarin?
Nobody.
No, it was just the
Nobody
two
else.
of you guys.
So
Yeah.
then let the audience speed. If they tied up, then we have to do something differently.
It is unanimous from the 4 people who are here. 100% of them voted for the Mandalorian,
Oh my god.
Din Djarin.
That is like
Sorry.
1A, 1B.
Uh-huh.
If you take a list of all the pros and cons, they would probably be almost the same. It just, I think, like when you was watching it, Grogu and Din Djarin grab your heart more than Leia and Organa. I think they did.
You're right. We got to see the relationship on screen, and for that reason, the adopted parent of Din and Grogu is the winning combination. Thank you all for joining me. Is there any parting words that we want to go off on? Let's go with comic chat.
Oh man, yeah, fantastic show, man. Thanks for the invite. Everybody on the channel, on the panel, man, fantastic. Watch their stuff because they do some good stuff.
Thanks for having me on. I mean, just to celebrate in our way fatherhood, through Star Wars, it's a great thing, so I really do appreciate that. That's something I believe in.
That's why you were invited. Anzo, you're always invited. You're on like every stream I do.
I just wanted to say Bill wasn't asked to take Leia. He volunteered to take Leia at the end of
It's over, sir. Mando won.
I was reading the comments. That's all. I'm just going to the comments. I'm just saying. Bill was not asked. He was not asked. He said, I will take the child. So it was his choice to do so as well.
I thought the topic tonight, and Chillmonger, I'm a big fan of yours anyway. So
Thank you.
it's
I like when you plugged my video, the temporary representation one. I'm surprised that hit a chord with you.
That hit a huge chord with me, and I've shared that with my family, my kids. I've told them, like, you guys got to check this guy out because he's absolutely on point with it.
Yeah.
So, but
Thanks.
anyway, it's great to be here, and I love, especially when we can get together with people that disagree and talk about something we love and we're passionate about and come together. Like, we could still leave the day saying, I think that guy is wrong, but we share the same passion and love. So I'm deeply gracious, right? Happy that you invited me here. Thank you so much.
I'll add to that. As independent media, we're up against the same enemy, which is the big conglomerates who want to control our narratives. So even if we're a bit on the exact opposite sides of opinions, we do need to look out for each other. Big thanks to the guests who joined me, Santa, Anzo, Mark, and Danny. Thumbs up this video if you enjoyed. Do you want the best Star Wars Mothers stream? Is that what's coming next? Is that what I'm trying to get cooking? Let me read the comment section. Help me figure out if I should do that. And who the hell would be in the Star Wars Mothers stream? Comment section, get busy. Because, I don't know, it's easier when other people think for me. And then I'll put it on Microsoft Paint and we can do another one of these. Peace.